Increasing Faith. This is Sierra with your morning church announcements for the 9:30 a.m. Sunday services. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this is your first time viewing us, put hashtag first timer in the comments. If you are an existing viewer, put a heart emoji in the comments just to welcome the new viewers. We definitely appreciate you so much for tuning in. And make sure that you like and share this video today. And follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Increasing Faith. I hope everyone enjoyed their Easter. Enjoyed spending time with their family. So we definitely want to send a huge shout out to everyone who enjoyed time with their family, but also a huge shout out to all of the small business owners. Now, for those who are new, most of our members in our actual church located in Northwoods Mall in North Charleston, South Carolina, most of our members are entrepreneurs. So it's a huge community. We like to connect with each other. And just thank you so much for staying committed to your passion and purpose and serving our community. We do want to make sure that we are supporting each other. So make sure that you put your small businesses in the comments so that we can make sure we're following and supporting you. Join us every Saturday and Sunday for 9:30 a.m. services, and on Wednesday at 7 p.m. for the Success Session Wednesdays, which is our version of Bible study. Make sure that you stay tuned. Pastor Frank is up next, and I am Sierra with your morning church announcements. Goodbye.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
He is jealous for me. Love's like a hurricane. I am a tree bending beneath the weight of his wind and mercy. When all of a sudden I am unaware of these afflictions eclipsed by glory, and I realize just how beautiful you are and how great your affections are for me. Oh, how he loves us so. Oh, how he loves us. How he loves us so. How he loves us so. Oh, how he loves us. How he loves us so. 'Cause he loves us so. How he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves. 'Cause he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves. 'Cause we are his portion and he is our prize, drawn to redemption by the grace in his eyes. It breaks, it is an ocean and we're all sinking. 'Cause heaven meets earth like a sloppy wet kiss, and my heart beats violently inside of my chest, and I don't have time to maintain these regrets when I think about the way that he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us.
all things new, and I will follow you forward. Hi everybody, it's us turn 6, and we just finished arranging our version of Imagine Me by Kirk Franklin in preparation for Talk to Me. Talk to Me is a youth event to prevent suicide program. It's a program. And be encouraged. Yeah.
If you have any thoughts, intro.
That try to control me, remembering all you told me. Lord, can you imagine me? Oh, what my mama said, and you from what my daddy did, and I wanna live and not read that page again. Imagine me being free, trusting you totally. Finally, I can. Joy this time around. Can you imagine me in a world where nobody has to live afraid because of your love is gone away? Can you imagine me? Dedicated to people like us, those that struggle with insecurities, acceptance, and even self-esteem.
That's right.
You never felt good enough. You never felt pretty enough. But imagine God whispering in your ear, letting you know that everything that has happened
Let's go.
is now
Gone, gone, it's gone, all gone, 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 gone, gone.
we are. We're back here again. And here's what I want to remind you in this time and in this season. You've heard this before. You've heard many ministers say it. Many pastors have said it. And in fact, you've even said it to yourself. You've heard the words that say, weeping may endure for a night. Yeah, there you go. Joy comes in the morning. Right where you are, right in your home, right in your bedroom, right where you are, grab your family, grab yourself, and repeat that word. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. That's right. The sun gotta shine sometime. I mean, it can't stay dark forever, right? The sun will crack the sky sometime in your life. It may be raining. It may be thundering. It may be filled with uncertainties. You may be afraid right now. You may have all kind of hell happening around your life right now. But remind yourself, weeping, oh, it's certain. It may endure through a night. But if you remain in faith, I promise you that joy will come. Joy will come in your family. Joy will come in your finances. Joy will come in your health. Joy will come in your mind. God will give you a peace that will surpass all understanding. God will give you a joy in which man cannot understand. God will give you a song to sing. God will give you a dance to dance. Yes, in this moment I've learned through all of my tests and through all of my challenges and through all of my pain and tears, I've come to learn that after pain, there's joy. After hurt, there's laughter. Trouble don't last always for me. And I promise you that trouble don't last always for you. It gets better. It gets better. It gets easier. The burden gets a little lighter if you just keep pushing. You got to keep pushing. You've come too far in this season to doubt yourself now. You've come too far in this season to give up hope now. You've come too far in this season to start backing out of it now. Don't let the circumstances that you think that you're seeing become the final result in your life. I want you to understand something. That when it seems like adversity starts to come your way, that's when you ought to realize that maybe I'm on to something good. When adversity seems to press you on each side of life, that's when you've got to minister to yourself and tell yourself, just maybe I am stumbling up on something good. Oh yeah, it gets better for you. Oh, you thought you was out of the game because some turned their back on you. I don't know, Miss Snyder, maybe some of them thought that they were out of the game because you got laid off. You thought that you was out of the game because your family turned your back on you. Your money is drying up. There's folks that you thought you could depend on is not around anymore. No, my friend, it's overtime for you. Weeping may endure for a night, but I promise you that joy comes in the morning. So we're talking about the open door season. That's what we're talking about, man. We're talking about a door that has been opened for you. We're talking about a certain door that has been built and designed strategically for you. But in order for you to see this door, in fact, in order for you to experience this door, You won't be able to see this door by your own natural sight. Some of you right now have been dealing with certain challenges in your life and looking for a way out of the challenge, and you think that you're going to get out of the challenge by your own natural ability. Come on, somebody flow with me right now. You think that you're going to get out of the trouble. You think that it's going to get better if you work more overtime. You think that it's going to get better. You think that the condition is going to get greater if you begin to change this and you begin to change that. But I want to let you know I've been there and I've done that. And it seems like the more I change certain things, the worse the problem gets. The more I try to back away from certain things, or I try to implement this and I try to implement that, looking back over my life and looking back over my storms, it seems like things got worse. Until I begin to realize that there is a door for me that has not been created by my own desires or my own ability or my own power. There is a door that's created for you that's well beyond your abilities, that's well beyond your talents. Your talents cannot create this door for you. Your abilities cannot create this door for you. Your powers and your wit and your skill cannot create this door for you. But I found out that in the season of uncertainties and in the seasons of circumstance, in the season of turmoil, and not only an individual turmoil, but I'm talking about a turmoil in which we've never seen before. I want you to realize that there is a door that has been created for you. There is a door that's created out of the midst of darkness. There is a door that's created out of the midst of trouble. There is a door that is created out of the midst of circumstances and uncertainties of life. And the reason why God created a door such as this is to remind his people that in this season, you're going to have to trust me. That in this season, you're going to have to depend on me. That in this season, you're going to have to stop trying to figure this thing out. Because you can't figure out the work of God. You can't figure out the hand of God. You can't figure out the love of God. You're going to have to trust God. You love God because you learned how to trust him, not when the sun was shining, but you learned how to trust God in the most darkest parts of your life. Come on, I'm trying to help somebody right now. You learn how to trust God when all resources have dried up in your life. You learn how to trust God when you had to dig in the most. I'm trying to tell somebody that the best parts of your life has been when you learn how to praise God in the most darkest parts of your life. The best times of your life is not when you and the family can go to the beach, or it's not when you're able to take this vacation and take that vacation, or the promotion that comes. I want you to realize that that's not the best part of your life. I'm trying to help somebody and encourage somebody on this morning that that's not the best time of your life. That's not when you learn how to trust him. That's not when you found out that there was a God on your side. That's not when you tapped into the love of Jesus Christ. God just don't want to reveal himself in the good times. He wants you to experience his love in the most difficult times in your life. And what's true is we as people, I know how we go. Oh, no. I know how we go. You see, as people, we can find so many things to disagree on. We don't have to work hard to disagree. We don't have to put in overtime to disagree. But when it comes to agreeing, I find out that that's one of the most difficult things for us to do. Yeah. But if you and I was to sit at the table right now and to engage in a conversation, I believe that there's one thing that you and I can agree on. Or you and I can agree that we are living in perilous times. In fact, we are living in the most serious times of our life, in times that we have never seen before. I'm not talking about individual trouble. I'm not talking about individual circumstance, but I'm talking about a worldwide circumstance that's affecting every country, that's affecting every nation, that's affecting every culture. We are living in some perilous times. And brothers and sisters, I'm going to tell you, the times is not going to get any better. I know that we are praying for it to get better, but the truth of the matter is it's not going to get any better. Not according to God's word. It's going to get worse by age, by day, by generation. And I'm telling you that we are living in the most challenging times of our life. But even so, man, in these challenging times of uncertainty. No, I'm not talking about the kind of uncertainty that most people think is uncertainty. I'm not talking about the uncertainty because you are not sure what garment you're going to put on. I'm not talking about the uncertainty because you're unsure what you're going to cook this evening. I'm not talking about the uncertainty because you are not sure about how you're going to style your hair. No, I'm talking about the uncertainty of individuals living life. Individuals are uncertain of what tomorrow is going to bring or the next moment is going to bring. Not sure if they're going to wake up and see tomorrow. And if you are not in that condition, then you ought to bless God right now. But there's somebody that's fighting for their life. There's somebody that's fighting for their life. They're fighting against time. They're fighting for their life right now. That's the kind of situation and circumstance that I'm talking about. And brothers and sisters, right now, I want you to understand that if there's any time for us to draw closer to the nature of God, it's right now. If there's any time for you and I to dig in and to find a way to agree on the positive of life and shun the negativity of life, it is right now. And now is the time for families to pull themselves together and fight for truth. Now is the time. And brothers and sisters, listen to me carefully. I don't know what ship you may be on, but times is going to get worse. Should we be concerned? No, not really. Not really. Not as concerned as you may think. The reason why is because Jesus told his disciples, in the same fashion that if Jesus was here today, he would say the exact same thing to us. He said, it will be like the days of Noah. Yeah. He said, listen carefully. He said, it will be like unto the days of Noah. Now, if you're anything like me, you would question Jesus and you would say, well, Jesus, what was the days of Noah like? Jesus goes on the next verse in the book of Matthew and he said they were giving themselves marriage. They were married. They were eating and they were drinking and they were building. They were going about life. They were enjoying life. And they were giving no regards to the seasons and times in which they lived. It will be like unto the days of Noah. My brothers and sisters, please hear my voice right now. That we are living in the days of Noah right now. But should we fear? We should not fear. Should we worry? We should not worry. Should you be concerned? You should not be concerned because trouble don't last always. Yes, it will get more difficult, but trouble don't last always. It will seem like food will be hard to find, but trouble don't last always. Sure, there will be wars on the left and wars on the right, but trouble don't last always. Maybe we may have to go into hiding and stay this way for a while, but church, trouble don't last always. There may be layoffs and financial challenges, but you can make it because trouble don't last always. Yeah. Sure, the husband might leave you, but trouble don't last always. Sure, the wife may turn her back on you, but trouble don't last always for you. It cannot last always. So why worry and why be concerned? No, man, it ain't going to last always. But they were eating. And they were drinking. Folks, they were getting married. They were building. Let's speed it up in our time. In 2020, they were enjoying their life. In 2020, they were taking classes to build their business. In 2020, they were getting promotions on the job. In 2020, they were buying houses. In 2020, folks were getting more healthier. In 2020, folks were giving themselves to marriages and working out problems and just living a better life. In 2020, in other words, life started getting better, and life should get better for you. You should get promotions. You should win. You should succeed. You should have joy. You should have friends. You should have money. And there is nothing wrong with it but one thing. They failed to realize that even so they began to prosper, they forgot about their first love. Even though they began to prosper and they began to win, they forgot about their first love. Is it so ironic that we can go through storms of life? Isn't it so ironic that we can go through challenges in life? It can be so ironic that we can go through pain and tribulation in our life, and when things get better, we begin to forget about the hand of God in our life. Yes, man. Oh, it's going to get better for you. It has to get better for you. In fact, Jesus said this: He is not going to come in the difficult times. The Son of Man is not going to bring the clouds of glory when everything is all in an uproar. He is not coming back when everything seems to be going all down the tube. But when you know this, and when you understand this as children of God, you don't worry about catastrophes. You don't worry about diseases and pestilence. You don't worry about famines, because all of this is the beginning of the coming of Jesus Christ. But the more we see these troubles, we need to understand that we are drawing near. The more we begin to see the pain and the tribulations of life, we are drawing near. We are getting closer to this thing. We are getting closer to the battle of Armageddon. We are getting closer to see the true power of God. We're getting closer to see how much God loves you. God loves you so much that He will go to war. God loves you so much that He will engage in battle. God loves you so much, He loves you so much that there's nothing that can stop the hand of God from rescuing you. Oh, but wait. They were eating. They were drinking. They were married. It's because they were living a life of normality. Yeah. It must get better. It has to get better. Not just so that the pain can stop. Not so that the drama can ease. It must get better. Because when it gets better, that's when you should be prepared. When it gets better, and it seems like life goes back to normal, that's when your eyes should open. When it seems like folks forgot about the recession back in 2008, and folk begin to go right back to life like nothing ever happened, that's when your eyes should be open. People, we are going to get back to the normality of life, because that's the way it's all designed. We're going to get back to socializing and doing everything the same. And then there's going to come a time in which we're going to forget that we ever had this kind of condition. We're going to forget when we was in the house together enjoying union and communion. We're going to forget that when the husband and the wife had issue, that God allowed this time for them to sit in the house to get to know each other again. They're going to forget that you was more stronger in this season than you have ever been in your entire life. They're going to forget how they begin to manage their money and manage the resources that God gave them in this kind of time. They're going to forget what it means to take the Passover in your home. They're going to forget because they're seeking normality. And that's when Jesus said He will come as a thief in the night. And he will come to separate the mother from the daughter. And he will come to separate the father from the son. And there will be one at the grind mill that will be taken away from the other. Time is winding closer than never before. And what gospel should we be preaching? Should we be preaching a gospel for you to worry about the condition of your finances? Should we be preaching a gospel that inspires somebody to go after the next big thing? No, my brothers and sisters. I stand before you today in so much urgency like never before, having tapped into the seasons and times of life to let you know that there is a man coming. And in the book of Revelation, he says as he's riding a white horse, and on his thigh is written a name that no man knows. And his tongue is like a two-edged sword, and he is coming to divide. Now is the time, before the sky cracks, for you and I to make sure our bags are packed. Oh, no. No. Who told us the untruth? Who told us the untruth that this life that we live on this earth is forever? Who told us this kind of lie that we think that it's the truth, that we should center ourselves on the natural things of life and forget about the truth of God? Churches nowadays are really not teaching individuals about the end times. Not really being educated at all about what's coming through the sky. And what's so concerning to me, it's not what's happening in the White House. What's so concerning to me is not the lockdown. What's more concerning to me is that we as Christians and we as people of God, we are so ignorant to the seasons of times. And because we are ignorant to the seasons of times, we think that trouble lasts always. We think that pain lasts always. But if you understand the life of Japheth, First Chronicles chapter 4, right here, verse 9 and verse 10, it said these words. Japheth's mother said, his name will be Jabez, because I bore him in pain. And that's why I told you from the outset that before ease of life comes, before success of being satisfied in life comes, before you're able to lay your head down and rest in peace comes, you got to go through some pain. For if the pain of life never exists, you will never understand how to appreciate peace. If the pains of life never exist, you will never understand how to embrace the joy. If the troubles of life did not exist, you will never understand how to lift your hands and give him glory. You will never understand where the nature and the art of true joy comes from. David understood that. And when David came out of the cave of darkness, David said, let everything that have breath praise ye the Lord. When you begin to look back just over your life a couple of weeks ago, just over your life a couple of months ago, just over your life a couple of years ago, and you could see how God brought you out of certain situations, I want you to realize that those situations weren't as bad as you thought they was. Those were just the tests, and those were just the crumbs of what God is truly doing in your life. Yes, there ain't a dark cave that God don't have the power to bring you out of. There ain't a dark storm that God don't have the power to crack the sky. There ain't a disappointment that God can't come in to comfort. You are God's chosen people. You are a people who God has called by his name. And God don't want you to forget that. And because he don't want you to forget it, he permit trouble to come. He permit heartaches to come. He permit uncertainty to come. Yes, this is a God that can stop anything that he chooses to desire. But he allowed these things to enter into the earth realm so that we can learn a lesson. that there is only one person that can really save us from trouble. There is only one person that can keep us out of the mouth of the lion. And so Daniel was caught down in the lion's den. And the lions were hungry, having eaten for a long time. Angry lions, violent lions, aggressive lions, hateful lions, ready to consume this innocent body. God dispersed an angel deep down in the middle of the lion and locked their jaw. And Daniel slept all night long. And then when the sun rose, when trouble was over, and the enemies came to witness, to have a testimony of what they thought would happen, they heard Daniel's voices giving God the praise. And then the king bowed down and submitted himself to God. The reason why you're going through trouble, the reason why you went through certain experiences in life is so that God may bring you out, so that all of the naysayers, so that all of the ones who wanted to quit that was in your certain situation or in your same situation may know that there must be a God. So that God can do it for you, then most certainly God can do it for him or her. Trouble don't last always. Though Jabez was born in pain, God still enlarged his territory. Though Jabez was born in pain, though Jabez was born through tribulation, though Jabez was born through sorrow and tears and much travail, God still enlarged his territory. God grew his territory beyond the pain, and he grew his territory beyond the sorrow and grief. It looks better for you. It must look better for you. Your betterness in the normality of life is what's drawing God closer to you. Oh, come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. So yes, you're going to get over this hard time. Yes, you're going to get over this difficult time. Yes, you're going to get over this challenging time. And yes, you're going to come out better. But when you come out better, prepare yourself to understand that there's another door and opportunity for another trying time. And as each round goes higher and higher, you get better and better. Your faith grows stronger and stronger. Your confidence gets stronger and stronger. Your praise gets stronger and stronger. Your joy gets stronger and stronger. You begin to build up a resume. You begin to stack up victories. Now you can look back over your life. And now you can count these victories. I came over that mountain. I came through that storm. I came through that battle. I came through that test. This ain't nothing. This ain't that bad. This ain't that trying. My God is bigger than this. My God is stronger than this. I know you're grieving. I know you're hurting. I know you're crying. But your God is bigger than this. I know you're ready to quit. Some of you want to throw in the towel. But your God is bigger than this. I'm not preaching for you to like me. I want you to understand that God is working on your side in every battle, in every test that I ever came up against. My God was by my side. Even when I thought I was alone, God was on my side. Even when I thought that I was by myself, God was on my side. Even though it was dark and I couldn't see my way, God was on my side. Somebody need to understand right now that God is working it out. He's bringing that son back better than ever. He's bringing that daughter back better than ever. He's giving you a new way. He's giving you a door of escape. And there's a door of escape. Oh. Wait. You thought that the door of escape was so you can get a new house. You thought that the door of escape so that you can earn more money. Wow. We thought that the door of escape was so that we can get that new car. No. door that's called the open door is a door of safety. It's a door that you can escape to. The power and the love of God brings you to the door. But I wanted you to be encouraged on this morning so you can understand it's by faith you walk through the door. And as the book of Revelation chapter 3, where we find that the Apostle John was writing letters to the churches, there was one church that God was pleased with. It was one church in that tribulation time that God was pleased with. And it was called the Church of Philadelphia. And Jesus Christ said, I know your works. I know your trouble. I see your behavior. And I am well pleased with you. Because in the trying times and in the dark times, in the most tempting times of your life, you stood still. When it seemed like all opposition was against you, Philadelphia, you stood still. You did not give me up. You did not turn away from me. Though you didn't understand, you still stayed your ground. Though you didn't understand why I was allowing these things to happen, you still trust me anyhow. And because of your faithfulness, not in good times, but because of your faithfulness in the most darkest times of your life, because of your faithfulness in the most grievous times of your life, in the faithfulness of the most loneliest parts of your life, I am pleased with that. And I will open up a door for you that no man has the power to shut. No man has the power to create this door. No man has the power to create this kind of door for you. I created this door for you because I love you. I created this door for you because I called you by your name. I created this door for you because I had my eyes on you. In that dark period of time, I've been watching you. In that time you've been overlooked by men, I've been watching you. I've been watching you from the beginning, and I've been watching you until the end. And you, church, I am pleased with you, my people. So I will build a door for you. And when the judgment comes upon this land, it will not come nigh you. When the heat of the battle comes on this land, there is a door for escape for you. Yeah. 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 God is bigger than your next home. God is bigger than your next dream. God is bigger than your next desire. You see, reality is subject to change. The big houses that we dream for can get washed away by a storm. The car that we now drive and that we so desire can get burnt in a fire. Yes, reality doesn't last. But when there is trouble in your life, there is a friend that you can call on that will never let you down. What else do we need to hear in this season? What else do we need to hear in this time? What else do we need to receive in this time? Not a new job, not more money, not more food. We need the unadulterated word of God in our life. For man shall not live by bread alone means that man shall not live by reality alone, but man shall live by every word that proceeded from the mouth of God. For out of the heart of God, his mouth speaks. He's speaking to you right now. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. You ain't alone, man. For every phone call that I received of you crying and you're hurting, today I stopped by right here. I stand flat-footed right here to tell you you're not by yourself. You don't have to be frustrated with that thing. You're not by yourself. You don't have to get angry with it. I know they talk about you. You're not by yourself. They talk about me too. I know they lie on you. Don't worry about it. They lie on me too. I know they try to mess up your character and your image. Don't worry about it. They've done it to me too. But the Bible says no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Your family is getting stronger. Your relationship is getting stronger. Your health is getting stronger. Your love is getting stronger. You are drawing closer to God. Some of you, God has been calling you. And you knew God has been calling you. You know God has been pulling on you. He's been pulling on some of you like never before. He's been calling you by your name. For some of you, he's been waking you up in the midnight hour. For some of you, he's been waking you up, giving you fresh ideas, giving you ministry. Some of you, you got praise like never before. You just need faith now to step out like never before. Yes, God is calling you. Yes, God has chosen you. Yes, God has called you by your name. Trust the hand of God. Go to the door you see. I know you see it. I know you see it. Don't miss this door. I know the door doesn't look like all the rest of the doors. The door doesn't seem to be as valuable as all the other doors. All the doors around you look the same. But it's one particular door that looks different. I know it's hard for you to see it. It's small. It's really small. You can't see it with your naked eye. It's really small. Close your eyes. Get into faith. Block out everything else around you. The door is there for you. The door is right before you. You can see it by faith. Get up from where you are. Begin to walk to that door. Grab the door handle. Get a burst of fresh air and yank it open and walk through your destiny. God has called you. He has summoned you. He has given you the power. Do not fear in this time. Yes, do not fear in this time. Things are going to get better for you. It may not get better for the world, but it's going to get better for you. This is what the season of open door is all about. It is not about the fancy things of life. Those things are temporary and subject to change. In this season of uncertainty, the open door of safety for you is certain. It's right there. There is a door for you. It's right there. In my life, when I thought that all doors were shut, I was trying to do this thing my way. I was trying to do it my way. I was working. I was crying out to God. I wanted Him. I wanted things to change. But then I had to get beside myself. And then I had to realize that I am missing the most important thing. I am missing trusting God. Stop trying to trust my ability against a system that's designed to be eliminated by God. And I began to walk through that door. And man, when I grabbed that door and I pulled on that door, everything that I was so desiring was right behind me. My wife was behind that door. Yeah. My children was behind that door. Yes. My home was behind that door. My salvation was behind that door. And now it doesn't matter what's going on around me. I learned how to be content. You can too. Just walk yourself to it. It's one desire for you. Let me pray with you. Father God, I thank you for these, your precious people. I thank you for these, your people. I did not call them by their name. You did. Father, you call each and every one by their name. You know more about them than I do. But yet, God, in the times of uncertainty, as we are subject to have in this season because we are drawing closer to you, encourage these, your precious people, so that they will know. Do not fall towards what they may see, but listen to your voice. They will see the times change, and they will see the times shift. But we must understand, God, that you have given us and given your people a door of safety that's strategically designed for each and every one of them. You've created this door because you love them, not because they are so good. It's only because of your love for them. Regardless of where they may be right now, or whatever condition that they may be up against, let them see the revelation of that door that's not closed but yet open. For you said that you will open a door for them that no man has the power to shut. For he has limited ability against a God that's omnipotent. Bless them. Hear their cry. Hear their concern. Hear their hope. Bless them and enlarge their territory. And in this, Father, they give you all the praises, glory, and honor, because they know and understand that it could only be you that delivered them out of this trouble. For you are the door of safety. For you are the ark and covenant of safety. Therefore we enter in by grace. And in the door we will see rest. And we will lay beside rest and enjoy your presence. Yet, God, if there be any that have heard these words and know that they need to receive you in their life, knowing they need to accept that door, Jesus the Christ. For what have we done today if we have not given the opportunity for a man or woman to receive Christ in their heart? We have done nothing. If there's one who hears my voice and have not received Christ into their life, or you are not sure about your relationship with God through Jesus Christ, make no play with this. If today would be your last day on earth, you can leave this place with no fear. Though your family may be sorrowful, but they will not grieve, because they know to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. If you have not made Christ your Lord and Savior, your guide of your life, do so now. Believe that God has raised him from the dead, and he is the first begotten of the dead, and it's this Christ that should come and judge the hypocrisy of government, the hypocrisy of religion, the hypocrisy of man's power. If you have done that, God bless you. And I welcome you to this family. Now for you, if you don't have a place of fellowship, you need family now more than ever. You got 5 seconds to get up. You got 5 seconds to whip yourself in condition and to do the right thing and to become part of a family that loves you unconditionally. You don't have to drop nothing to be a part of a family. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Sit at the table and let's eat together. There is a link that you can go to. There is a link that's popping up right now. Go to that link right now. Make it happen. Welcome. Guys, I'm out of time. I'm sad because I got to go. But until then, we'll meet again. We're going to laugh and we're going to dance. But while we are departing, I want you to remember that God is thinking about you. He is watching you, not to judge you, but to step in, to protect you. This is Pastor Frank signing off. And remember these words. For we walk by faith